Hello, hello, hello. Sit and sip a while, and welcome back to the Witches Inn. I'm Karena, and if you are new here, thank you so much for joining me. If you are a generational witch, thank you for your continued support, for being here, for loving up on this channel. It honestly means the world to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you so very much. We just experienced over the weekend this amazing solar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius. And I don't know about you, Capricorn. And if you are a cross watcher, that is okay. Um, I felt this immense relief and also just really deep understanding of where I need to go, how I need to accomplish it. And honestly, I'm gonna have to give some of that to your sign because although it was happening on Sagittarius, we were transitioning the next day into Capricorn. And it just you set yourself, you set your set yourself, ugh, you set yourself high, and then Capricorn comes in to let you know exactly how you can achieve it. So, if you are watching live or if you are watching the replay, like I said, I'm Karena. Make sure that you hit the like and subscribe, that little bell, so that you know when I will be live next as well. You'll be notified when I am live or when new videos come up. So, this is something new that I'm doing. And Capricorn, again, I'm going to have to give a lot of thanks and gratitude to you because I was sitting over the full moon lunar eclipse and I was like, what do I want to do? I've been talking about this YouTube channel. I've been dabbling. I've been trying to record pre-recorded videos and put them up, and I was getting super frustrated. And all of a sudden I got this hit. You love going live. You love the energy of going live. You love what is happening when the live interaction is happening. So why not make that something that you do? Why not actually put the effort in where the effort is being received and where the effort is being where it feels most aligned? And so when I sat with that over the last 2 weeks, I was really kind of asking myself, what would be a good moon? Because if you've been here for a while, me and the moon, we are best friends. We love each other. It was a Capricorn moon, right? When to start a new project, a Capricorn moon, you're going to get the most out of it. You're going to get, or Capricorn season, you're going to see growth where you want to see growth. So this is where you come in, your collective reading. And I really hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you are joining me live what you're sipping on today. I have coffee because as I was really tuning into the energy of the collective for Capricorn, my energy went right down. So, my biggest message to you, Capricorn, is that you are allowed to rest. You and I both know that you are the workhorse of the zodiac. You want something done, you go to a Capricorn. Why? Because they're not just going to get it done, they're going to get it done in an efficient way when they're not in their own way. And what happens when they're in their own way is when they're tired and they feel like their productivity is tied to their worth, right? So, each one of us has Capricorn somewhere in our chart, right? And depending on where it sits and depending on how many places you have Capricorn in it, you might feel overworked in certain areas of your life. So your major download for the month of December from my guides, from my spirits, were to really allow an integration process to happen for yourself. Rest, be in the now, celebrate a little, right? Look at all the hard work that you've done over the past year and allow yourself to feel good about it. Allow yourself to feel like you well, to see, not feel, to see the accomplishments that you have. Yeah. So Rhonda is here, and she is also a Capricorn, and she's saying that she's drinking coffee as well because she's tired and needed the boost. So yeah, make sure that you're resting, and resting doesn't need to be like sleeping. Resting can be, that playful energy of what lights me up, what makes me feel good. And again, I know that work makes you feel good, but finding different forms of productivity for your soul, not for your outer realm, is really going to be helpful for you. Because as I'm tuning into January, as I'm tuning into the next 5 or 6 weeks, these next month ahead, this lunar cycle for you, I do see the ending. So getting close to your sign, getting into January, being quite productive. You're going to be called on quite a lot. So making sure that you're taking the time now to rest, so that in the coming weeks, when things start to pick up for you, you're well rested. You're feeling a sense of like, I can take this on. I'm not having to reach to that like back burner to pull energy forward and start something new. Also, my beautiful Capricorns, before I get into your tarot reading, this series that I'll be doing this month will be live on Facebook and on YouTube. However, going forward in January, in your sign, I will only be going live on YouTube. So you're going to want to make sure that you go into that link tree and find my YouTube link, and hit like and subscribe. Subscribe is actually the most important, so that you get notified when I am going live. And of course, I'm going to try my very, very best to make sure I have a schedule up so you can mark it on your calendar. And of course, in What's Brewing every single month, I release that month ahead of what's happening here at the Witches Inn, as well as what's happening with regards to the astrological kind of cosmic events that are going on. All right. So this is a collective reading, a general reading for Capricorn for the month ahead. If you are a moon or rising or Venus in Capricorn, feel free to stick around and watch. And, if you have a Capricorn in your life, even, and you're a cross watcher and you want to see what's coming forward for them, feel free. Okay. So, in our first position of what is coming into this current situation, we have the Lovers, the Two of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. So I do feel like actually a past lover is going to be, this is not a love reading, but I'm just reading generally what's happening. A past lover is going to come into your sphere. And what's really kind of pulling my attention is the Two of Wands and the Ten of Swords. Now, I'm not saying that this person isn't, good for you, but there's a reason why this person left. And I do feel like they pull your attention from your current situation. So if you feel like you're kind of on a roll and you notice that this person pops up whenever you're on a roll, and you're having to kind of divide your time, and then it ends up in this Ten of Swords where like things just really are not fine. things kind of, you end up back at square one. It's really important to pay attention to that energy. It's really important to pay attention to that to that to that that pattern that comes forward for you. Okay. And in the month ahead, what is going to be a challenge or an obstacle? I mean, that already was kind of a challenge or an obstacle, but let's see what's coming forward here. Thank you. Ooh, quite a few. So we have the Knight of Wands. We have the Emperor. Okay, so this is the obstacle. And I mean, we can relate this to situations as well, but I do feel like someone comes in really hot, kind of putting authority into your life, the Death card, and then they go cold. And I do feel like this person actually kind of puts a lot of this onus on you, like, oh, you haven't changed. I came back to see if you changed and you haven't changed. And it's like, no, you didn't. I was doing fine. I was doing my thing. And then you came in. 10 of Wands. There's a lot of burden here that needs to change. Page of Pentacles. And then the 9 of Wands. So they're pulling me to this Page of Pentacles. And I do feel like this person specifically, they always have a lot to offer, right? Um, Actually, what Spirit is telling me is that they come in with this 10 of Wands energy where it's like, hey, I need some advice. I need this. And it does appear like they've grown. It does appear like they're doing the work, right? They're kind of showing you, look at these new resources that I've brought into my life. But in reality, they're the 9 of Wands. They're still that wounded warrior that's looking for it's an intention grabber, right? It's someone who needs a distraction from that growth. And by doing this, they're actually pulling you into this they're pulling you away from your growth cycle. I feel like they actually are constantly watching you on social media, or if you do like have relations with this person, like kind of work or whatever, and you'll go ways and then come back together, that kind of thing. But it needs to, like, this needs to stop. So it comes to the point where it's kind of like, look, every time you show up, it's recognizing your own pattern. I'm in a growth cycle. And when you show up, I I end up kind of diverting back. And so I'm going to need to just let this go. Like, I can't have you here. And let's see what the advice is here. What is Spirit really? Okay, Queen of Pentacles. So I don't read male or female energy. What I am reading is that this card specifically, this Queen of Pentacles, is wanting you to see your worth, Capricorn. They're wanting you to see what you bring to the table, the hard work, the commitment that you give to your surroundings at all times, the loyalty in which you have for other people or experiences, and bringing this into yourself, allowing this commitment of kind of seeing someone through their hard times to actually come back into yourself and be like, you don't have to say a lot of words. What you can simply say is, I don't think this is good for us. And so I would prefer if you didn't reach out. And I do feel like there might need to be, with this Death card, kind of this rebirth of like blocking, deleting this person, just really being like, look, if we can't um, save ourselves from each other, if we can't stop repeating this pattern, then we're going to have to put a block in place so that we can't repeat this pattern. It won't happen. Okay. So like I said, this isn't a love reading, but apparently this is what's on your forefront, Capricorn, is love. And again, this doesn't have to be a person. This can be an experience that keeps happening, right? What they're telling me is that even with this Lover's card, the Two of Wands, and then the 10 of Swords, this could be with a situation within your family or within friends, where because you are reliable, you kind of see yourself evolving, you see yourself moving up in the world, kind of hitting those alignments, stepping into a place of alignment for yourself. And then someone gets sick in your family, and then someone else needs your attention, right? And that longing is pulling you towards this opposite energy that you're bringing in. Noticing your patterns over the month of December is very important for you. It's going to allow you to feel more rested, as I said at the beginning when we were taught, like, and these cards are all like, look at, like, the 10 of swords, like, she's not rested. The 9, they're not rested. We have this 10 of wands as well. They're not rested. Like, these are people that it's like, I'm constantly having to go into battle. I'm constantly having to, like, fight for other people. When do I get to fight for myself? You get to fight for yourself when you start to notice your worth, when you start to understand the patterns in which you're living, when you start to understand that, like, I don't have to divide my energy. It doesn't have to be either or. What I can do is put boundaries around that energy. And, I was talking to someone the other day. Yeah, so we're using the Crow Tarot now. Finding harmony, finding balance through all of your choices. So if you get a phone call that someone's sick or that there's an emergency that's happening, before rushing off, stop and ask questions. Do what you do, Capricorn. You are an amazing investigator in order to make hard work easy for others. So turning that into yourself and making this hard work easy for you. What's happening? Who's there? Using who, what, where, why, when, and then discerning, is this something that requires my attention right now? Or is this something that I can simply check in on, right? Am I making life too easy for someone else? Am I enabling someone else? Or am I actually being a support system? So I think really this is what this reading is all about, is coming down to, like, supporting your emotional needs, supporting your emotional growth, so that you aren't constantly feeling tired, so that you aren't feeling like you need to kind of be firing on all cylinders all the time. Knowing that coming into this place of harmony for self is going to be kind of difficult, because when you're used to a pattern, it feels uncomfortable breaking that pattern. But this is what's needed. Notice the well in the background, how it's dry, right? There's water and there's lotus at the bottom, but there's actually nothing coming out of the top. So it's time to start really seeing, right? I want my well to be overflowing. I want this to be really coming down onto the ground, creating abundance everywhere, creating lucrative energy all over. All right. Let's see what else they have for messages with regards to the situation that's calling your attention. Spirit just showed me, like, plants, like a home garden. So I don't know if gardening is something that you like, but I also know, like, what I'm kind of sensing from it is that, like, finding an activity at home, because Capricorn, you do tend to be a little bit of a homebody. So finding an activity at home that allows you to be productive, right? Like caring for plants or caring for an animal, but it doesn't require you to be exuding a lot of energy, but you can find a lot of joy in it, right? It's not something that you need to see that instant gratification right away. It's something that allows you to feel instant gratification because you were caring for something. You were caring for your internal needs as well as this external gratification that you like. So let's see here. Capricorn, for the month ahead, what is coming forward with this obstacle here? Thank you. All right. I love this. So we have the 6 of Cups. Notice how it's winter in this card. Yet there's a lot of sunflowers, there's a lot of roses. And this crow is guarding the front cup here. I really do feel like this is saying, like, allow this to bloom, allow the other areas to bloom, and really just focus your attention on one thing. Don't try and do all of the things. Allow one thing to grow, knowing that as you're paying attention to this, as you're moving more and more into alignment within this cup, that the other areas are going to grow. They're going to prosper. Capricorn, the sunflowers here, it's like you are shining. You're shining very brightly in other people's lives. You shine so brightly during the winter, bringing people happiness. It's time to drop in and create your own happiness. The sunflowers are more over to this side than in here, right? The artist could have put little, little peaks of yellow sunflower even here. It's meant to put this sunshine into your cup. And as you do that, as you put more sunshine into your cup, you are going to find more people coming out of the woodwork, more experiences coming out of the woodwork that says, I want that. I want what you have. I want that feeling. And so it's almost like what we would call like an energy vampire or an energy sucker, that where it's like they're wanting to ride the coattails, right? This Knight of Wands. They're wanting to ride the coattails of what you're creating in your life. But it's time to shake them off, right? Notice how there's the 2 crows flying away. Watch them leave, right? Watch them leave. Pay mind to the grief that might need to happen or the mourning that might need to happen as these people, places, experiences fall off. As you stick more to like, no, I'm filling my cup right now. Thank you very much, right? And it can just be a simple no. No, no, thank you. Like, no, I don't want that. No, I don't want to attend that. Sorry, I don't have the time for this. Like, being very clear with your voice. Now, Capricorn, as an earth sign, you do kind of want to mellow everyone out, right? And that's why people come to you, because you're stable energy. But you're no good to anyone if you're not stable within yourself. So really allow this to happen. And they're pointing out at the bottom of the card here, the poppies. Now, the Wizard of Oz just popped into my head. And do you remember in the Wizard of Oz when they can see the wizard's castle, but the Wicked Witch, as they're walking through the field, they walk through a field of poppies, and they start to all fall asleep, right? This is kind of, as much as you're allowed rest, it's resting with the intention for yourself, not needing rest because someone else is kind of casting a spell on you, draining your energy so that you don't actually get to reach your destination. You want to reach your destination. You want to be there. So it's focusing, pulling your focus away from these distractions, being a little bit of that Capricorn goat, and a little, pulling out a little bit of that stubborn energy, and saying, like, when I'm resting for me. And just because I have downtime doesn't mean I need to fill it because someone else needs my attention or wants my attention or sees how I'm aligning my life, and subconsciously or consciously is pulling my attention somewhere else. All right. Your heart will guide the way. Your heart will know exactly where it needs to be. before you say yes or before you say no. Tune in, right? Really tune in to that well here. I want to focus in on that. Notice how the cup there is actually yellow. It's filled with gold. So again, they're pulling me back to the Wizard of Oz, following that yellow brick road, following that yellow brick road within yourself, right? Are you constantly showing up to the wizard and you're pulling the curtain back and you're like, "Oh wow, you're not what I thought you were. This is not the situation that I thought this was." Or are you pulling it back and being marveled at what you see? And your past experience is going to teach you that. Your past experience is the greatest um, kind of like dictation to future experiences, right? Like I keep talking about old keys won't fit new doors. So it's not them that needs to change. It's how you interact with these people, places, experiences that need to change. If you continually pull back the curtain and you're like, yeah, this is the same, crap, different day, then it's time to stop pulling back that curtain, following the road home instead of following the road somewhere, looking externally for what spirit is telling me is validation. All right, there we go. It is time to feed you. Doesn't mean that other people don't eat. Notice how these two crows are eating. I love this. Paying attention here, how they have a fish, but this crow is looking up here to be like, hey, I wanted that. Hey, in one perspective, you could look and say, well, maybe this crow stole this fish out of this other crow's mouth. Or what we don't see here is that possibly this crow brought this fish to feed the others and is now looking after themselves, creating balance in their own life. So really paying attention. Like I know I'm repeated this a lot, but it's the energy here is very much, you don't need to self-sacrifice in order to manifest what you want to manifest. In order to reach alignment in your life, you don't have to self sacrifice. You're allowed to eat too. In fact, you should be eating first and sharing what you have out. Because when you start to notice, and I think that a lot of times some things kind of get muddled where it's like kindness, right? Community. I want everyone to eat. Yes, I want everyone to eat, but everyone eats better when I am able to fill my cup first, right? Because yes, we have to be able to see when our cup is overflowing in order to actually be able to say, okay, this is where I have abundance. So this is where I can give. More often than not, when I meet with people, especially people who are living kind of a paycheck to paycheck, who ancestrally have kind of really had to work hard for money, have really had to work hard for abundance. They are the most generous people out of any other people. Okay? And so the mindset in that system is that I have to grind in order to shine, and when I have something, it is my obligation to make sure that everyone in the community also has this. And that's a lovely, lovely sentiment. But in fact, you're not going to be able to elevate yourself and therefore actually have people the energy to ride on those coattails to come up with you if you continue to self-sacrifice. So you need to turn inward first. You need to see, what do I want? How do I want to achieve it? And what does that actually look and feel like? How do I create aligned action in order to get me here? And sometimes that means, right, playing this villain, playing this witch in other people's stories, because as you elevate up, you are going to have to leave certain people's situations, experiences behind. You just have to, because it is not your responsibility in order to elevate the collective. It's your responsibility to, as they say, live your best life, so that other people who are ready to align to action, who are ready to align to the manifestation that's happening in their life, sees you as an inspiration instead of sees you in jealousy, instead of sees you in, well, she has something, so, or they have something, so they should be sharing as well. No, I need to make sure that I get filled first before I start giving out resources that I don't have, right? I need to notice what resources I have in abundance so I can start allocating that out. And I'm not talking about money here, I'm talking about time. I'm talking about physical energy. I'm talking about if your friend is constantly talking at you about the same situation, constantly, and all you want to do is talk about how you're celebrating a win, celebrating a success, and now you can't, notice how your energy drops. Start to cut that energy off. I'm really sorry that you're experiencing that. I have to go though. I'll talk to you later. Thanks so much for sharing that with me. Thanks so much for your confidence, but I have to go, because your energy matters. Your time matters. The value in which you are experiencing life matters based on your experience, not other people's. So really tune into your energy this month. Why are you tired? Why do you need to rest? Are you resting because you've given too much of yourself? Are you resting because you're actually celebrating and looking at the resources in which you've brought into your life, what you've been able to give back to your community because you have taken time for yourself? Or is it that opposite, right? So really pay attention to what's going on here. All right. Ooh, there we go. Queen of Swords. I really love that this card came out as one of our last cards together. I'm going to pull a few oracles, but notice how that crown is kind of levitating on their head. And again, this is Winter. She's not holding the sword, or they're not holding the sword, but they are commanding energy with this wing here. Right? Go this way. I need you to go this way. Swords are all about communication. Swords are all about our emotional energy field, right? How we think and perceive life, what we're projecting and what we're holding. The Queen of Swords is a no crap queen. She'll tell you like it is. She's going to hold you accountable. But she's also going to be there when you really need clarity in your life. Become the Queen of Swords for yourself. Call yourself out on your own crap. Hold yourself accountable by creating aligned action in order to see the manifestations that you want. And as well, be there for clarity for yourself. Be there when I was talking earlier about like an emergency situation, right? Does the situation need my attention or does it not? Use discernment between the two, because yes, sometimes you are going to have to be pulled out of that manifestation in order to really pay attention to this, but it's getting back to that manifestation that should take less and less and less time in between. So within this, become the Queen of Swords and use your discernment, questioning who, what, when, where, why, how, right? Does this need me now, or can I be a backup role? Can I be a supporting role in this? This is where you're going to really start to notice your patterns. This is where you're really going to start to notice those cycles within yourself. And you're going to be able to move into alignment ever so slightly. December is an amazing time to really look back on the past year and notice your cycles. Notice when you were feeling in alignment, and if you were able to continue with that alignment, or if something pulled you off. And if something pulled you off of alignment, what was it? Going forward, how can you balance this energy to make sure that, yes, you are eating as well as other people, that you're not self-sacrificing what you want because in reality, you're not feeling worthy of what you want to achieve. Step into this Queen of Pentacles, step into this Queen of Swords, knowing that both together are an amazing balance. When my resources are absolutely needed, I'm going to step into it. However, if someone's got this and they just needed an ear for a moment, then I'm just going to be this ear and I'm not going to enable their experience. I'm going to allow them that growth cycle, just like I'm allowing myself this growth cycle. All right. Let's see here. Pull a few oracles. And everyone who has joined me, thank you so very much. If you're joining me on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. This will be the last month that I'm going live on Facebook with these collective readings. So if you would like to continue seeing these collective readings, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And Taurus. I love that another earth sign came out, and Taurus is about partnership. Taurus is an extremely sensual earth sign. Capricorn, you tend to be a little bit more reserved, a little bit more closed off, a little bit more private. Taurus, although they are private, they very much enjoy the pleasures life has to offer. So within this, I am really seeing enjoying the pleasures that life has to offer you, knowing that you are worthy. Taurus is all about property, material goods, knowing you are worthy of creating the atmosphere around you that supports this growth going forward for you. And even pulling on a little bit of that maybe stubborn energy, again, that the goat and the bull have. They're known for. Get stubborn with your manifestations. No, this is the year that I'm manifesting this or better, this or more. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? So exactly what we were saying before, right? Turn to the earth, sit on the earth, allow your element to tell you where your soul wants to be, where your soul is longing to be. And then the initiation. This is just the beginning, my dear. This is just the beginning. Rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So everything that you are doing in the next month ahead is setting the stage for your next year ahead. What I'm hearing is that this is actually setting the stage for a brand new chapter in your life. You're ready to walk through this door. You're ready to welcome, right? Step out of this storm and step into this bright future ahead. Weary, like not worrying about the snakes that are hidden around here, because you know you're in this Queen of Pentacles energy. You know that you can navigate anything that's coming to mind. You know your worth. You are so committed to self that, yeah, other people are going to go, who do they think they are? I know who I am. I don't need you to believe in me. I believe in me. I know my worth. And I know that the more that I fall into alignment, the more that I discover who I am and commit to self, other people who commit to themselves and can hold that energy, because it is holding energy. The people in your life that, consciously or subconsciously are bringing you down, are creating that lack, can't hold the brightness that you're bringing, can't hold that equilibrium between darkness and light. They don't understand how you can go forward even though you might have experienced so many things that have brought you down. So don't worry, right? And don't dim your light for those who really don't understand the frequency that you're now stepping into. Step into it, welcome it, and be in that energy. And it's not wishing them harm. It's not, thinking that they're less than or creating lack in their life. You're simply saying, I love you, but I just can't be here anymore. Not worrying about what that might look like, sound like, appear to those people, because you're focused on your commitment to self, you're focused on your worth, and you're heading out in that direction. Perfect. So Rhonda says that they are ready to step up. They're ready to be in alignment with self. And I love that. Showing yourself compassion when you do slip back, because we're human, we're going to slip back, and going, oh, noticing a lot quicker and saying, all right, here I go. This is where I'm going. I'm ready. Thank you for showing me where I once was. I'm now ready to go where I need to go. Thank you for showing me where my alignment needs to adjust even further. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gratitude, compassion. This is your month, right? Your birthday is coming up. Start to plan, what do I want to achieve? Not just materially, emotionally, physically. How do I want to feel by my next birthday? Where do I want to elevate to? What am I ready to manifest in my life? And how can I get ready to be ready, to be ready, to be ready for that manifestation to happen? And then you're gold. And then you're gold. All right. I have a few fortune cookies. One fell out. You have a natural grace and consideration for others. Let's see. You going to go? No, it's not going to do it. That's okay. Well, believe me. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. If you joined me on the live or the replay, it means so very much to me. Let me know how this reading resonated down in the comment below. I'll make sure to like it and comment back. And if you are looking for a personal one-on-one reading, check out my description box. You can find all of my links there. And if you just like to show some gratitude and buy me a tea, there is also a link for that there. Everyone, have an amazing month ahead, and I will talk to you later. Bye.